Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. My name's Douglas and I make fishing videos and tutorials to help you catch more fish. Well guys, you join me today on a brand new venue. I've never fished this venue before and I'm fishing this venue on a day ticket. It cost me £10. You can get a season ticket for £50, which I think is very reasonable. I'm actually on a reservoir and the reservoir is called Loch Thom and it's on the outskirts of Glasgow. And I've actually been fishing for about 5 hours and it's been really slow this morning. It was flat cam for probably 2.5 to 3 hours. I had a fish almost straight away and then had it all quiet. I managed to get a trout on a buzzer, just fishing it really slow when it was calm. And then it's picked up again. I've had 6 fish in total. And I would say 4 of them are within the last hour. So at the moment I'm fishing traditional loch style flies. I've got a team of 3 on. And by local knowledge, I was told that if I put on a black Zulu, I wouldn't go far wrong. I've actually had 2 on the black Zulu, 1 on the buzzer. I've actually had 7 fish and I've had 4 on the silver butcher, which is on the point. So I've got the black Zulu on the top dropper, I've got a silver Invicta on the middle dropper, and I've got the silver butcher on the point. So this is it's a really nice little loch, this. It is on the top of a hill, so it is quite exposed, and I imagine some conditions here are quite tough. So this loch is bank fishing only. It is pretty accessible around most of the banks that I can see. But I asked permission if I could use my float tube, and they said I could, but obviously it's at my own risk, which is no different to any other wild loch that I fish. So yeah, it's been an enjoyable morning, even though it wasn't very productive at the start. A nice bit of sunshine for a change, which is really the first decent weather we've had this year, really. And there is some settled weather for the rest of the week, and hopefully I might get some coastal sea trout fishing done. It was a toss-up today whether I go coastal sea trout fishing, but I was restricted in terms of how long I could fish because of the tides. So because I've got the day off, I thought better to go somewhere, try somewhere different and spend the whole day there rather than a few hours on the coast. So that's what I've done. I'm glad I've come to this venue. I've been looking at it for a while. Now most of the trout I've had, I'd say the biggest is probably about 10 inches long so far, maybe 11, and the rest have probably been about 8 inches. Now there is stocked brown trout in this reservoir as well as wild brown trout, and I do reckon that I did have the majority are wild browns that I've caught and a couple of stockies. So this is a little island here in the middle of the reservoir, and I'm just working my way around it on the windward side, and I've had 2 fish here since I come round the windward side of the island, and I missed a fish And I'm just working my way closer to the shoreline, as that's where I've had most of the fish, is quite close. But hopefully we can get some more on camera, as everything has been off camera. Just because it's been so slow, guys, you know, try to conserve the battery on the camera. But I'm sure the fishing will pick up like it has done over the last hour, and maybe get some action on the camera. So the rod setup I've got today is a 10-foot 5-weight floating line. I've got a 7-foot intermediate taper leader, and the flies are roughly spaced out 4.5 feet between each other for the team of 3. Now the wind's picking up a bit, which is a forecast to pick up later on in the afternoon, and it's exactly what it's doing. Yeah, so when it went really calm, I sort of fished like a washing line style, you know, that the stillwater guys use. So I used the black Zulu on the point, and that was my sort of big fly, you know, to help slow the descent of the chironomids or the buzzers. I had 2 buzzers on, and yeah, I was fishing it basically like how they fish the washing line style, and just really slow figure of 8s because it was, you know, flat cam. That's what I did. I did have a couple of mistakes, and obviously one trout that actually took the buzzer, which was good. I was glad it worked, because I was struggling. I tried the dry fly. I've got my 4-weight rod set up beside me with the dry fly. Tried it with emergers. Had nothing, not even a sniff. So I was happy that the buzzer setup worked. Now, if the wind picks up any more, I might put on a Loch fly. Well, it's one of my flies I made myself. It's actually a Bellyboat with a bit of white hackle at the front of it. So it's a Bellyboat fly. But yeah, it will sort of represent a sort of Loch fly. I might try that, like I said, if the wind picks up any more and I get a bit of a wave, I'll put that on the top dropper. You never know. Two fish just been rising to my left there. Yeah, I think I'm going to put that Bellyboat on. Got a bit of hackle, so it will sort of hold up in this wave. If I can find it. So it's not quite white, but it's a lot lighter at the front. Size 14. It's just because those one or two trout rising to my left, because this will hold up. In fact, I might even put a bit of gink on it just to suspend it a little bit longer. Even though it's a soft tackle fly. The wind's dropped again. Beautiful day, really is. Not had a jacket on all day. It really feels more like spring. That's a fish. It's not on the dropper though, the top dropper, it's on the silver butcher. That's 5 on the butcher. Just a little guy this time. Still good to catch though. Quick release. Would have been good to show you, I guess. Yeah, it would have been good to show it to the camera though, but he was camera shy. There's a fish on, guys. Don't know what it took. This took the bibby ordy. It must have been under the surface because I didn't see it come up for it. Excellent. Calm down. Oh, Auntie wanted it. Wherever my forceps are. There we go. Lovely golden little brownie. Just when I was thinking about going to change that fly, I was going to put on just a normal bibio. Good. So the only fly I have not caught on today really is Silver Invicta on the cast. I did try the Dunkeld and some variants of the Dunkeld. They don't seem to want gold. Everything I've taken has had silver on it today. That is a lovely wind. Nice wave. There's a fish. It's on the quick release. That was on the silver butcher. And another fish, guys. I've started to drift again, just off the island, but on a different line. And that took the Bellyboat. Brilliant. Quick release. Yeah, so like I said, on a slightly different drift. This is a drift where I saw a couple of trout rising when I went down before, so slightly further out. I'm obviously in slightly deeper water. Now for the fly change, I took the Silver Invicta off, as I've had nothing on that all day, and all the flies that I've caught on have all had black in it, and there's no black in the Silver Invicta. So I've now got the Silver Butcher on the point, I've got a black pennel on the first dropper, and I've got obviously the Bellyboat Ordy, I'm going to call it, on the top dropper. So it's a lovely breeze just now. It's not gusty, it's just nice and constant. And I might do a little bit of chopping and changing on the top dropper. Like I said, I might put a muddler on, just if I see another few fish rising. I haven't seen any rising over the last sort of half hour. There's a fish. Got a feeling that's on the Silver Butcher. Yep. Stunning brownie, lovely red spots. Well guys, it's all gone calm again. I went across the other side of the loch, there was nothing. I had one small one. Come back, I went round the island, had a nice one off camera, and then I had another couple, and then just coming round here the wind just dropped off between the island and the bank there, and I must have picked off another 6 or 7 fish, and they all took the black Zulu. I put that back on probably about an hour ago, and yeah, so I've got the black Zulu on the top dropper, and that's done the business on the sort of evening session. But because it's gone calm, you know, I can really do with just a slight ripple in the water. Although the light's fading, that's probably in their favour. But yeah, it's just seems quite tough just now when that wind's just dropped. Well, I think I'll take a slow paddle towards the car. Yeah, there's fish popping up. And to be honest, I don't know if it's worthwhile getting the dry fly rod out, although it's all set up. I don't know. There's nothing rising near me. Rising. Yeah, there's a few fish rising over there. But yeah, beautiful evening. And it's a fish. And that's on the silver butcher. This feels like a not bad fish. Yeah, best fish of the day. Come on, buddy. Silver butcher. This is a size 10 that I put on when the wind picked up. Certainly picked out the biggest fish of the day. Beautiful brown trout, guys, and this is the most silver fish I've had all day. Oh, that was a good take. I don't think that one's coming back. It certainly got a nip. This fish feels not too bad as well. That fish took as soon as it hit the surface. I cast out, I was just going to put my rod down to sort something out. That's it. Right guys, we'll let this fish go. Had a good rest I've got my tangle out. This fish is a lot darker. See the size it is. 36 centimetres, almost the same size. Beautiful. Thank you, buddy. Now guys, I thought I'd have a little cast into the shore on the way back to the car, and I've out into this beauty. Oh, it's off. That was the biggest fish of the day. Yeah, so the wind's blowing quite heavily into the bank, as you can probably hear. You'll probably not see it as well in camera, but it is quite choppy. And yeah, I thought I'd just have a few casts into towards the bank, and that fish smashed it. Oh, come on! What is it? Two. Well, he's got me tangled up. That's the end of that. Oh, pity. Well guys, I had an awesome day today on Loch Thom. And as I said, this is the first time I fished this venue and I'm really impressed with it. It was slow to start with. I had a couple of fish straight away, which was on the Black Zulu. And then it went quiet, it went really calm, in fact it went like a mirror. I didn't show that part on camera because it was so quiet. And I just, I did try a few things. I tried the sort of washing line method, fishing with buzzers. I managed to get one fish, which I was really not surprised at, because I meant to do it, but it's not something I've done before for brown trout, especially wild trout as well. In terms of the venue, I think it's got loads of potential. At one point I didn't think there was any sort of decent fish in it. I don't even know how many fish I caught. I've lost count. Well over 25, and the last two the last two fish were the best. Waited all day for it. They weren't massive fish, nothing you can put in a glass case, but yeah, I was really impressed with the stamp of fish, or the potential of fish that's actually in here, especially after getting those two fish. One was 37 centimetres, one was 36, and they're both probably about a pound in weight, maybe a touch over. But the flies that really did it today were the silver butcher. That was pretty consistent all day. I had numerous fish on that. I had one of the biggest fish on it, and the and the black Zulu. I would say that the silver butcher outfished the black Zulu, but again that counted for one of the biggest fish as well. That worked at the start, and then nothing all day on it, and then it came into its own when that wind sort of died down a bit, probably about 6 o'clock this evening, and it, you know, I got a few fish in it, maybe another 10. But anyway guys, the sun is nearly peeking its head behind the hill over there. The wind feels like it's getting stronger, and I've got a bit of a paddle to get back to the car. I'll put some information in the description about Loch Thom if you're interested in fishing it. Like I said, it is predominantly bank fishing, or it is bank fishing. I asked permission if I could use a float tube. They said yes I could, but obviously it's at my own risk. If anything was to happen, you know, I'm not covered, which I'm well aware of. You know, like I said, that's pretty much every wild loch that I fish. You know, you're not covered, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I'll certainly be back here again later in the year, see how it fishes. The big fish came on obviously later on in the evening, and I don't know if it was because of the switch of the wind direction or what that brought them on, or maybe because obviously the light was fading, maybe a bit of both, I don't know. But I'll be really interested to see how this whole bank fishes. I've not fished that bank. I've not fished the opposite bank across from me and down. I fished a little bit across there and down that way, but I didn't go down that way because the wind was blowing the opposite direction. Like I said earlier, this loch, it is really exposed. It's on the top of a hill. Although there's little hills around it, they're not that high. And today the wind blew in every direction. Anyway guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Piscator UK.